Jones. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and you're now watching Black Girl Therapists in the Wild. In this little show I like to call Therapist Sips and Reviews, and we are reviewing Abbott Elementary Season 3, Episode 14, Party, and we are sipping on Sprite and Absinthe. How y'all doing? So, y'all, they did it. It happened. I don't care. It fucking happened, bitch. And I just am so elated, because I'm just hoping that we get a little anime slice of life situation next season where, we have the cute little beach episode and the cute little festival episode and the Christmas and the New Year and the Valentine episode, but with black people. It's gonna be magical. I don't care. So anyways, Nene has her part after end of the year party. And it's chill, it's cool, and like she's trying to, her anxiety, like at first her anxiety was kind of working. It was like she got people all into their little sections of what she thinks they might like. But the thing is, girl, people are a menagerie of things, and they will change up on a dime depending on how they feel and what they're drinking. And I just feel like I wish Pirate Barbara would just be this way sober. I mean, she was fun and she was matey, and I loved it. It was magical. I wanted her to throw a little Jamaican accent up in there, just be a Jamaican pirate, and it would have been great. They probably had pirates in Jamaica. Leave me fuck alone. And but it all went to shit because, like I said, people switch up on a dime. And that's what makes parties fun, anyways. It's the random shit that was unexpected that be happening. That's where the stories from how good the party comes from. But anyways, it wasn't like chaotic. It was chaotic to her because she didn't feel in control of everybody and everything. But anyways, so it went well. Everybody was in their spot. Then it got all a little chaotic because Mr. Johnson, and I'm calling him Uncle Iro. He's Iro Johnson because y'all tried to put him in the background like he didn't matter in the beginning of the season. He didn't get invited to the brunches. He was just a little side character. No, nigga, this is Iro Johnson, bitch. This nigga come through with the wisdom, with the tea. He be going on adventures y'all didn't even know about. He got stories and tales for days and days. I really just want to see a whole episode of Mr. Johnson just going on some random ass adventure. I really suggest the writer's room just watch a bunch of slice of life animes. And then let's veer away from the Office motif and let's do slice of life, bitch. Because every slice of life anime got one episode where one outside character gets a spotlight and we just get to see them go on an adventure all day, and it's just some random shit that you ever did see. And it would be magical. Like, let's move away. Why we gotta copy white people? Is what that's their comedy. Like, let's turn it into some different shit, And so we got Gregory and Janine making eyes at each other all night. Manny and a little Asian girl that he went out with came through. They was just in the background as they should be. Like, I don't necessarily like Manny, but I don't dislike him because he's evil. I just wish that he's extra that doesn't need to be there. But that's what an extra is. Like, it's fine. Let me shut up. And so, like, I don't know what this is. That Greg, it looked good on him though. It looked good on him. That's his dance. That's his little 1-2 step that he stays in. That's his square box that he stays in. There's nothing wrong with that. So the beginning they had the little graduation for the kindergartners. That was cute. And then in the very beginning, I just want to embody Ava's confidence with a little less selfishness. She just be hyping herself up all the fucking. That bitch loves her fucking. To an extent that I need to reach for myself, and I just feel like that's magical. Not to say she ain't got issues and problems and stuff like that, but like, that bitch love her fucking self. Can't nothing get her down. Even when she dealing with her rival from the sorority and shit, she figure out a way to still be happy. I'm just like, yes, girl. And then maybe next season we'll see more about like how her mom's doing, because I think her mom is sick or some shit like that. But like, otherwise, they would just be happy, and I enjoy that. I enjoy her happiness. I enjoy her love for herself. Even when she don't accomplish her goals, she still find a way to make herself feel good about it. Ain't nobody about to read 400 books in a year. I mean, some people will, attention span be off, and I can't be staying hyper focused on some shit like I did when I was a kid. Because when I was in high school and middle school and shit, there wasn't like anything else to do but read books and play video games. So it was easy for me to sit up and read like a 500-page book in like 2 days and shit. It wasn't nothing else to do. But now, like, I got a car, I can go places, I can do other things, and so like, yeah, that's not, I don't know, like I like to read, but it's like that ain't the only thing I do. I mean, like, these people, they be sitting up there playing video games for 14 hours. I just be like, that might be a mental health issue. Like, you shouldn't have your brain that focused on something for that long. Like, I feel like your brain gets tired after a while. You ain't clocking that your brain's tired. You gotta like mix it up with a bunch of different stuff and then come back to the video game. Like, I get tired of a video game if I lose 2 times. Be like, okay, no, you know what? We're gonna take a break from this, because then I'm gonna throw my Nintendo Switch against the wall because I have anger issues sometimes. And it's not gonna be okay. But you know, I like how she be hyping herself up. She just be, I would embody that. Even when with my failures or things that I make mistakes about, I just want to be able to embody that. Like, yeah, but I'm still a bad bitch though. I do in certain extents, but sometimes it be getting to me and I'm like, fuck. But like, you know what? I'm gonna always remember Ava's character and just be like, you know what? Ava wouldn't be upset about this. Ava would just be like, well, on to the next scheme and scam. And I'd be like, yes, bitch. But anyways, so, you know, Janine is walking around, Grady walking around, the lights go off. They have a little moment because they was watching Wakanda and shit. And I was like, this is Disney, huh? They don't gotta like license shit. They could just be up in their room watching Wakanda on the television. Because, you know, like, you used to seeing like, I'm not used to them since like the 90s, I think, because they would have those episodes on ABC shows where they go to Disneyland, but like, I don't think they had episodes where they just drop little pieces of like Disney shows into the episodes of the sitcoms and shit. So for me, I just be watching this and you see a Disney character pop up and you just be like, oh, this is Disney. Because like, if it was on any other channel, I would be like, how did they get the licensing for that? Because Disney ain't just handing any fucking shit out. So they in there watching Wakanda, right? And then the lights go out, and then like they in there having a moment talking about, I admire you. I was over here translating it like, I wanna fuck you. I wanna fuck you too. And then they almost kissed, and then it was just like, oh shit. The lights come on, here come Iro Johnson in there talking about, well, the lights back on and shit, and then Janine go out there to talk to him, and he gives the sage wisdom as he should, because why are you niggas listening to a fucking asshole like Mr. Morton? I don't understand. Of course, everything he touches fails. He's an asshole. Of course, his marriage failed. He come over here talking about, oh, my wife said I should go where I'm wanted. What do you think that means? You clueless, stupid motherfucker. That's why you about to get divorced. I'm tired. So she's on to Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson said, like, just live your fucking life. Like, consequences be damned. Like, you won't want to regret this later on. He's just like, you know what? Like, jobs will come and go. You will figure it out. Like, and then he just gives her this deep look, and he's just like, just do it, it'll be okay. And that's when he became Iro. Yes, he did. Iro Johnson. Yes, he is. Giving that sage Uncle Iro Johnson, you know, advice and shit. I see the whole episode where we just go through Mr. Johnson's day and we just watch him do shit. Like, no, not even in the school. Just all these stories he be telling and things he be doing. I need a whole episode where we see him flying across the world and going on some espionage mission. He probably a secret spy or some shit. You never know. Like, that nigga in there, he's become my favorite character in this show. Y'all had him in the background. Y'all didn't hear him dropping these little hints and things that he be doing and shit. He knew Kevin Hart before they even got on the phone with Kevin Hart. He knew that nigga. Like, I want to know some more. What else does Iro Johnson know? Let me know. Shit. And so, like, everybody's leaving the party, and then this nigga Gregory is about to say something to Janine, and then he sees Manny still in there, so he just leaves. I'm just like, oh my gosh. No, because I need like a dab of toxicity and a dab of autism in my nigga, because the toxicity will make you fight for me when you think that you can't fight for me. And there's not going to be much much to fight for. Like, if you showing up like you supposed to, but like, sometimes niggas be overthinking stuff, and I need you to just come and put your arm around me when you see a nigga talking to me and shit, and just stand there. You gotta say nothing. You gotta interrupt the conversation. Just stand there. Like, you see a nigga come up talking to me, you just come stand next to me with your arm around me. You know, a touch, a sprinkle. And you know, just for the bedroom too. Maybe more of a dollop for the bed, like a dollop for the bedroom, like a half a cup of toxicity for the bedroom. Yes, yes, and a sprinkle for rest of life. Something's wrong with me. And then what is it? And then a dab of autism, because the autism, like, y'all don't get it. Like, I was talking to a client today about that. If you got a nigga that like is exceptionally beautiful, because beautiful niggas, especially in Southern California, their whole lives they have been riding off of being told they're beautiful and treated a certain way because they're beautiful, and because a lot of women out here ain't got nobody, they've been treated extra because they're beautiful. And so a lot of them have trouble developing personalities outside of being beautiful, and when you don't show up like the other bitches do, they either don't talk to you, or that's when they do talk to you because now their ego is wounded, but as soon as you start liking them, they disappear. And so, you know, I like beauty. I like exceptional beauty because I'm an exceptional beauty. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks. So I've realized that the decent relationships with exceptionally beautiful men, they had a touch of some kind of neurodivergency. How it works, this is how it works. Because people that got some kind of neurodivergency, they be hyper focusing on the shit that they like, right? And so they don't think to cheat. No, you filled that slot of partner. They don't need to go outside of that because the slot is filled. Why cheat? It's less likely. And that's not to say that there are not cheating neurodivergents, there are not asshole neurodivergents, there are not toxic trash neurodivergents or incel neurodivergents. I'm saying that if you find a decent one, they are less likely to cheat, because they are so hyper focused on the idea that you are their partner, and that's all they need when it comes to whatever partnership brings. And you know, so when they go out LARPing in the woods with their homeboys dressed like Zelda characters, or pretending to Naruto fight down the the Naruto run down the house hallways and shit, and sitting in the man cave for 5 hours playing video games and putting their Lego chess set together, you know where they're at, you know what they're doing, and it's fine. Sometimes you will join them doing their Lego chess set situation. Sometimes you can just be out reading a book, because I need my space too. I can't have you all up under me. I need you to have hobbies and shit. Like, it's nice to have you up under me, but not all the fucking time. You need to do stuff, and I need to be able to trust that when you're doing stuff, you're not cheating. Yes. And if you got you a neurodivergent, they got a bunch of hobbies and things they like to do and shit. I'm neurodivergent. I got a bunch of hobbies and shit that I be liking to do and shit that just involve me and shit most of the time and shit. Don't even be involving other people. And so, you know, you just need like a dibble dabble, very light, you know, little dibble dabble neurodivergency, little autism, little something to hold them steady and to keep them pure of heart if they are a good person. And they'll just tell you things. They won't. It's harder for them to lie. They'll just say the things. Most of the time, they're more inclined to just tell you how it is, and you don't gotta tiptoe around all the conversational pieces and read between the lines of the insecurities and see that the actions are one way, but the words are another, so it doesn't match, but you keep telling me you ain't fucking lying, but you over here doing this, and I don't understand what you're talking about. Now I'm confused. No, they'll just tell you. If they don't like you, they'll tell you. If they do like you, they'll tell you. The decent ones anyways. And so I just feel like, you know, you need a little dibble dabble of toxicity and a little dibble dabble of autism. And this nigga ain't got enough dibble dabble of toxicity. He over here talking about, well, she's with Manny. And her friends looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Well, Manny's in there, and he was, and then the one dude with Jacob was like, no, look, Manny's leaving. What are you talking about? And he's like, well, I think they're together. And then Erica's like, no, nigga, what is you talking about? No, they're not. She told him no, that she likes someone else. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm just like, are we looking for reasons to not go for it, Gregory? Are we just, what's going on? Like, are we emotional? What's going on? Because with that, if you had just a little extra sprinkle of toxicity, you would have said that shit in front of everybody and been like, fuck it. You would have did something that might have been bad with the hopes of it turning out good because you got enough evidence in the past to show you that it probably will anyways. This is fucked up. But he went back into that house. I like how they finessed the camera out the fucking door. It was magical. And then, she got some dick that day. And, I hope it was good dick. I hope it was majestical dick. I hope the dick was like, the orgasms were multiple. I hope there was some squirting involved. Because it's been 3 seasons of this build up. So when you have this sexual tension building up like that, the sex needs to be spectacular. And if we come back next season and she was just like, well, I like him and all, but like the sex, like, bitch, shut the fuck up. We're not gonna find a reason for them not to be together. This is gonna be slice of life. We're gonna have a festival and a beach episode, bitch. We're gonna do black people slice of life. This is gonna be K-drama status, bitch. Like, I need this to be like, how K-dramas be one season, it'll be an hour episode, and then they come back with a second season, and them niggas still together. I need it to be that. I need it to be K-drama. I need it to be slice of life. I need it to be like with some nigga shit thrown in because we niggas still. I need all of that. I'm tired of this office shit. Like, I didn't even like The Office that much. I was just like, look at all these white people working at this paper place complaining about their lives when they probably got family members with millions of dollars, and if everything fell apart, they could go to their family members with millions of dollars and live happily. I never got into it. I was just like Friends. Like, look at these Friends living in these big ass apartments, paying $800 a month for apartments in New York City, when even back then apartments that nice in New York City where it's not $800 a month. They must have family members that are rich that they could just go to get money from. And it, when shit falls apart, because they have family members that are like millionaires. Every white person that I've ever known has like some great aunt, uncle with a fucking mansion that they talk to sometimes. And like a lot of them only go to them when they really need the money, but like they have that. And I don't know I don't know a black person. And that's all I'm thinking about when I'm watching these shows. I'm just like, y'all sitting up here complaining about shit, but like, is your life really that bad? Like back in the day when we was listening to Fall Out Boy and like not System of a Down. I think that they're like Middle Eastern or some shit. Where's the Fall Out Boy and like My Chemical Romance and shit, and they were just singing about being all sad and miserable, and you look back and realize, were you really sad and miserable, young white cis men? Were you? Or were you just mad because your parents didn't want you to do drugs and like go to parties and shit? Like were you in poverty? What were you going through, like racial trauma and shit, like hood trauma where people was getting shot in your neighborhood all the time? You just had like literally at nighttime, like when I'm about to go to sleep, my nervous system activates as if it's waiting for an explosion to happen. I'm just laying there for like an hour waiting for like an explosion or a gunshot. And then I had to realize, oh, I have hood trauma. That's what that is. I'm waiting for a plane to crash, some loud noise to disturb the nighttime peace. That's what I'm waiting for. I've been woken up by gunshots when I was young. I've been woken up by the SWAT team breaking into our backyard and destroying our gate because they were looking for somebody in the neighborhood, and my aunt almost got shot by them because she went outside. I don't know why the fuck she went outside. Like the Latinos next door that played music till 6 a.m. in the morning, but I learned how to sleep through that. That wasn't really a scary thing. It was just kind of like, well, I guess, they having fun. They food smelled good too and shit, but like, no, we wasn't going over there. It was a house full of niggas and it was weird. And it was always this one weird nigga every time I would leave the house who was always staring at me and shit. My mom would always be like, you tell me if he ever does anything. He can't do nothing if he don't do nothing to me. Like, he never talked to me. He never did anything to me. But he would always be staring at me every time I left my house. And it was fucking weird and creepy and gross. He would always make sure he was out there on the porch. And so, it's just, I got hood trauma and shit. And so anyways, I don't want to see no more like, you know, like, we don't need to add extra drama to this relationship here. They just 2-in-1, and we got a slice of life, and it's magical. And now we can like create like storylines around this situation, and they just become one character and shit, and like everybody's fine with it, and it becomes normalized. And then we can like create like an actual storyline that's not involving their romance, but actual storyline that involves like the school and things happening at the school and interesting stuff at the school and things that all the hijinks the characters get into at the school, because it's slice of life. It's K-drama. It is that, and I don't care. And it's some nigga shit mixed in, and it's magical. And I'm hoping to see the magicalness of it all. And you know, I'm happy they finally did. I'm happy she got some dick. I don't care. I mean, because niggas always get vagina. And I don't care about him getting vagina. She got some dick. And it was glorious. It was glorious. And I don't care. It was glorious. Good for her. Good for them. Good for her especially. Black women deserve to be loved on by black men. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Good for her. I want to see her being treated gently and softly. I'm so excited for that. You know, him like catering to her and all the magical things, and you know, just being the blueprint. Let's start the blueprint for how niggas should be with black women, but you know, they not, because they're trash. Horrible, I know, I am. Not all men, of course, but like that shouldn't even have to be said. Like if you're not that, then it shouldn't even bother you. If you're triggered, you should go to therapy about that. Why are you triggered by that? Have you done that before? Have you been trashed? Have you been trashed to people? Have you been messed up to people? Like, let me know. So, you know, I'm excited. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to find something to watch. Probably, I don't know, maybe a movie. Something short. Because I don't have the energy to be watching the whole show right now. So, probably something like a movie. I kind of wanted to do New Jack City. Because I was on, like, a whole, like, what's his name? What's that nigga name? You know, the nigga that played Blade. Fuck. I got too much stuff in there. Wesley Snipes. I was on a whole Wesley Snipes thing after I watched Blade. And I was like, do I want to watch Blade too? And then I saw him with that white woman in the trailer. And I was like, not really. They wouldn't give us a romance in the first one. And then in the second one, they give us a romance and it's with a white woman. I just didn't feel like it. So, you know, I might watch New Jack City. I think that's gonna be the maybe. I'm not gonna promise it because I be saying shit and then it don't happen. And so, you know, because life be life and shit, I be getting busy. But like, maybe New Jack City. I haven't seen that movie since the 90s. Like I'm not that but good with gangster shit. Like I'm tired of seeing us kill each other and shit. I'm just like, I want something fanciful and fairy tale-ish and magical, or even a horror. Maybe I'll do The Blackening. That was a funny movie. I don't know. I'll do something next, but I'm glad this happened because it didn't make sense with Manny. Manny didn't even have a fucking character background. There was no character description of who he was. Like even his friend, like they went on a date. They was talking. We got an idea of who the fuck he was and shit like that. Like we never got an idea of who Manny was. He was just an extra in the background. Like they didn't even try to build up his character. So why would they put him with her when we don't even know who this nigga is? Just because he like is marginally attractive and shit. I don't understand. Like he smiled too much for me. Like you don't get sad, Manny. Like you don't get angry. You don't get nothing. You just be smiling like that bitch off of Harry Potter that wore pink all the time, that was smiling all the time, and it made them kids cut themselves. That's what it reminds me. You too smiley. That's what it makes me think of. Like, why are you so smiley? What's the problem? Like, yeah, you can be happy, but like all the time you're happy. Like you don't got a neutral. Like you don't got like you don't even. He never even had a neutral. He was just always happy. Like nobody's always one thing all the time. That's all I'm saying. No one's one thing all the time. All right. Anyways, I might do like New Jack City and do like a throwback or some shit. I'm gonna have to sit and watch New Jack City. They were killing each other. But I want to see Wesley Snipes when he was young, you know, because he was beautiful and fanciful and magical and free in the world, being young. And magical, and he was even younger than he was in Blade. And I just feel like, you know, and there was some other cute ass niggas on there and shit. And so like, why not look at cute niggas being wild and free in the world and being gangsters? Anyways, I hope you like this review. See, I'm happier this week, you know, because I just be emotional. Like, that's all. Like, you know, I'm starting to just embrace the fact that sometimes I'm just going to be emotional, and it's going to be very passionate and expressive. And if people don't like it, then they don't have to be around me. But the ones that do, come on down, bitch. Sometimes I'm going to cuss you out. Sometimes I'm going to be excited by the color of a flower I saw. You never know what you might get. But I'm going to work on not being too over the top all the time. Like, you know, most of the time it'll be calm, but sometimes, like, when I get triggered or I just see something really pretty, you might just get a little bit of the extra, because it is what it is. So I'm glad they got together. In the name of Jesus, Ashe. Later days.